guys who bet big
and lose bigger.
This is the Desert Donkeys, presented by Golden Campbell.
Welcome back to Desert Donkeys, episode 25. And boy, do we have a special guest today.
We do. We got a special guest. We got the Pharaoh, the one, the only Pharaoh out of Los Angeles, Rami. Welcome to the show, bub.
Why don't you try to say his last name?
No. Guy.
That's the whole reason why I teed you up, so that you could say his last name. You could butcher it instead of me.
No.
Rami, the white people have a very hard time with us ethnics.
Yeah, and there's been a lot of people who've had to say your name before, so good on them. And good on you for your patience.
Usually it's just the Pharaoh, so we'll go with that here for today.
The Pharaoh, for anybody who doesn't know him, he's 6'10". What? How tall are you?
Seven. But shrinking.
But he feels when he walks into a room, it definitely feels 6'10".
He feels a lot. He feels a lot taller than 4 inches to me, and I'm 6'3".
Well, no, I think it has to do with how good looking he is and his amazing personality.
Yeah,
he brings the heat.
You guys
he's also our reigning fantasy football champion.
The champ.
Fun fact about this recently crowned king is that Artie was actually the first guy during my first season to completely hoodwink me and take advantage of me on a terrible trade that everybody warned me not to do, but that Artie convinced me to do anyway. So thank you for that, Artie, because that's the chip I carry on my shoulder every single week of every single season, so that I don't have more people trash talk me over my bad trades.
Okay, fair enough. But as we're 3 adults here, right? and we all know
a lot of credit, buddy.
We all know that there is 3 sides of a story, one point of view, the other person's point of view, and the truth. Right. So my point of view on that is that we were both so dumb that we actually thought it was a good deal. I remember yelling at him and at Ryan and being like, dude, you guys are assholes. I'm like, that is a fair trade. I mean, he scored 31 and 30 points. Cam Newton for the Browns running back. What's his name?
Nick Chubb.
Yeah. I was like, man, this is such a great trade. I mean, that just shows how we are literally lighting our money on fire.
Well, Rami, you ended up winning this year. Congratulations. It was a tough year for me, but it was the one cherry on the end of it was seeing you win. And we all love Jared, but he's won too much. So we're glad that you took home the prize money and the ring.
Jared should only be referred to as Black Voodoo Magic. That's the only thing you guys should call him anywhere, any place, because his winning percentage, what he did to you in that first round, man, I mean, nothing short of sodomy. And honestly, he should have been prosecuted.
He's got a pot of gold stuck up his ass. I mean,
he's got the lucky horseshoe followed by the rabbit's foot and an entire pot of gold sitting on, I mean, literal and figurative. I mean, it's unbelievable what that guy's doing.
He sleeps in a 4-leaf clover.
Yeah.
Total study is. Well, so Rami, one thing that we do on this podcast that's a little bit different is that we have a plan, but we also go, hard lefts, hard rights. So feel free to say anything you want.
I agree.
Usually I'm quite demure, gentlemen. I usually try to keep all my feelings to myself, so it'll be a stretch for me to have to come out here and say some things. But, what do they say? We make plans and God laughs. So let's get our giggle on.
Yeah, we'll get on the highway. Then we'll take an exit, do 3 loops around a block, and come back to something. It happens. It's all good.
Ryan will sound like a pirate and drop 415 F-bombs. But, we're on brand.
Yeah, we are on brand. This is what happens when you get a couple of guys talking sports and talking shit. The pirate comes out in you.
That's right. I mean, the amount of times in my life that I've been watching a game and said, fucking unbelievable is I mean, there's literally should not be in my vocabulary anymore, but yet I keep saying it.
That was so relatable.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Speaking of being on brand and being relatable, this may be come to be shocking to you guys, but I lost again last week betting.
You didn't take my Crystal Palace pick that I gave you on Thursday?
Bro, the only Crystal Palace I know is in Vegas, and it's a strip club. So I don't even know what you were talking about when you were talking Crystal Palace. I was like, dude, this guy is really betting some weird shit. But no, I bet golf on Sunday. I woke up, and again, Ryan and I are in this golf pool, and I've yet to pick a fucking winner, like a real winner, and this is year 3.
Yeah, so Rami, you pick a couple guys every week, and it's like a suicide pool, basically. Once you take the guys, you can't use them for the rest of the season.
Okay.
And then you their money winnings is what you're like your points. So your guys finishing in the top 10 every week, you're doing well if you're doing that. But you really got to get some winners.
I feel like Artie's been like on a solid 3-year just dump run. And coincidentally, I've been fading him, so I've been on a 3-year fucking fire run. So, I
We
mean,
got a winner on the show, Artie.
Wow, first winner on the show.
This is the first winner we've had on the show.
Part of me is happy, part of me is a little insulted, but more happy than not. So, but yeah, the last 3 years, I got to tell you, I don't even enjoy it because I'm like, this is just you never win. I never win. I never win.
I actually saw the end of the golf, so I just want to circle back to this golf situation you're talking about. It was a insane comeback. Bhatia, that's how you say his name, yeah?
No clue.
Okay. Bhatia is the one who won. He got his first career win. But he's been playing really well. But Daniel Berger had a 5-shot lead. I believe it was 5 shots going into Sunday. What did you do? Did you live bet on Sunday?
I took Morikawa to win when he was down 3 or 4 strokes.
He was in second at one point, right?
Yeah, he ended up taking third, but
they don't pay for third.
Yeah, they don't. and then the one time that Scheffler doesn't fucking peel his golf shirt and turn into Superman, I took him top 5 and top 10, and he didn't do that either. So that money was long gone too.
He had a run. I saw that on Saturday. He had a run after that rain delay. He went like 5 birdies in 6 holes, and I was like, "Oh shit, here it comes! Here it goes!
Here it comes!" Then he went in the water. But listen to this. I know I must be doing some damage because I got this VIP host at DraftKings blowing me up. Like my email is like blowing up, and I was just like, "Oh damn, I'm really a donkey." I was like, these guys are like wanting to give me free stuff, and I'm like, I know that routine.
They love to give away hundreds of dollars to the guys who give away hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's the favorite.
Yeah,
it's about the right ratio there too, Rami. It's like, oh hey, I got seats to a football game for you. You've been such a great client. They're not great seats either.
No.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you want to come to Reno on a Monday and Tuesday? Like, fuck off. But yes, is it free? You give me a credit line?
Will you send me a car to pick me up?
Yeah. What about you? Did you win anything last week?
Oh, dude, mine's a sad story. I actually won a lot, but I've been betting like the biggest pansy bitch on the planet. Kept everything like $100 bets, and I won like $1,800. If I would have been pressing it, would have been wah, wah, wah.
This is very unlike you, Mags.
Yeah, I know. I was just like, I'm not going to empty my bankroll again like I always do. I always go on these runs and then press it all on 1 or 2 things and go back to zero and have to refund the account. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to play smart. I'll try to be 60%.
That's all you need.
I was more like 90%, but only up like $1,800, which is really sad.
So I've got to ask you guys a question, because this is the question I get asked all the time. Do you guys feel like you have a tremendous amount of knowledge on these bets before you go in, aside from Artie's Arkansas Pine Bluff bet or his Hofstra bet. Like, aside from that, do you guys feel, because people ask me all the time, and I say, I have access to all the information. I've got every guy that I'm following. I know everything, and I feel like it makes me worse. Point in fact, like if you remember last year when the Rams were playing San Francisco was like down to their third string guy at every position on the field except for McCaffrey. And I told Kirill, I said, this is the absolute play. You must play them in your suicide pool. The Rams are going to smoke them. They're literally playing high school guys and guys that they found out of the stands. And of course they lost. So I literally, I have no clue ever. And I'm literally throwing darts.
Yeah, I feel like like you, I have a lot of access to a lot of that stuff, and then I find a trend or something in my mind that convinces me to go one way or the other, and like you said, inevitably, it's the wrong way.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean,
Artie loves trends. Artie's
Well, trends are our friends.
Trends are our friends.
But I've completely lost track of everything. I know. I treat it more like fucking I'm playing blackjack or roulette. It's just like, whatever, let's go. And the reality is, you would think that over time that it would like even itself out. Like if you flip a coin over and you keep flipping it, it's tails, 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 tails. At some point, it's going to be heads. Maybe get a couple heads in a row. My gambling stories the last 3 years. Now I've had some moments where things went well. The Super Bowl with the Chiefs and the
Eagles.
Can't remember the team. It's been so
the
long.
Eagles is great. The Eagles is great.
But yeah, I just feel like I've been on the wrong side of everything. But I did see a bad beat last night that the University of Washington was up 3 points with 11 seconds left and the ball, and they lost by 6.
Whoa.
Wow.
Yeah, it was. They're saying it on the internet. They're like, "This has got to be the worst beat of all time."
I mean, Rami, you could probably give some commentary on this. We talk about it every now and then. It's insane how different basketball is now. I mean, college and NBA, and I know you talk about the 3-pointer, but also with college kids, you talk about missing free throws. But it's crazy how big of a swing you can have in a matter of minutes in the sport now, where a 7-point lead used to be like, that's a wrap.
So I think so many things are responsible for that, right? Number one, the one and done, right? I mean, like if we go back to the golden era of college hoops, late 90s, I mean, you like Patrick Ewing was in school 3 years, Jordan in school 3 years. I mean, you had Chris Mullin in school 3-4 years. I mean, like you just don't have it. These kids are 18 and 19, all they're working on is their step back. I mean, they're not trying to hit free throws, I mean, talking about the difference in the game. I was watching something today where like traveling is basically, that's it. I mean, you could literally pack a suitcase and take 20 steps and nobody's calling it. Like, I just don't get it. It's the same game, man. I'm like, they're basically fucking running backs out there, and then finally they lay it up and everybody's supposed to ooh and ah over this great move they made. And I'm like, buddy, like you started at half court, you took one dribble and you're not Giannis. Stop it.
There's some funny like top 10 videos on YouTube of LeBron's travels.
Oh man.
And it's like 7 steps before he shoots. You're like, what? How does nobody see that?
The only thing
I guess they see it, they just don't call it. I don't know.
The only thing worse than LeBron's travels are his fake injuries and his flopping. I mean, and then people want to put him in the same conversation as Jordan. I'm like, what are you saying? Like, this guy, like, I mean, we're no honor, no shame, no, like, stop it. Like, we're not even entertaining that.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah,
It's
dude, not even close to MJ. Speaking of, I saw MJ this weekend.
Of course you did.
Yeah, yeah, and it was funny because we have a friend who's really good friends with him. He's like, go up to him and tell him we're boys. And I was like, nah, man, this is my intro to MJ. And then within 2 minutes, I'm sitting eating lunch and I'm by myself. And I see these like street clothes badasses, but they were like wearing Jordan gear and they're eating. And some woman and her date or husband, whoever, like tried to get a table next to MJ and his crew and like pulled out her phone.
Oh
Dude,
no.
she fucking she got sniped. They were
That's
like,
exactly what
nope.
should happen.
They're
That's
like, dude,
exactly what should happen.
they came from every angle. They're like, you need to give us that phone. She was like, what? They're like,
Yeah.
not in my
Yeah.
neighborhood. I was like,
Exactly.
it's
Exactly,
like,
man.
MJ's the fucking total goat. He was watching NASCAR on his iPad too.
Of course he is. Of course he is, man. Didn't his team win the cup recently? Like his
A
team won
couple
the
weeks
race.
ago. Yeah, a
Yeah.
couple weeks ago they won a race.
Yep. Yep.
People got upset because he was grabbing that little kid's ass.
Clearly not fans of Epstein. I mean,
Yeah, that's fucking hilarious. I mean, it's the guy's kid who he's very close with, and he's just like fucking with him.
yeah.
And everybody's like, "Oh, this is so inappropriate." It's like, get the fuck out of here. You guys have no idea how close he is with that kid.
Have you guys seen the clips of Brunson and what's the kid? The kid he played with at Villanova who plays for the Knicks too? Um,
Oh,
There's a bunch, isn't there? There's like three
not
kids.
McCall Bridges. It's the handyman. You're the sixth man. He kind of the dirty man.
Devon Shelley,
I don't know how to say his name.
Anyway, no.
The
It's a
Italian guy?
Huh?
not the Italian guy.
No, dude. Now I gotta look it up, man. You guys are driving me nuts. I can't believe nobody has the name on this guy. But
Hart?
anyway, huh?
Hart?
Now, there's about 10 clips going around where Hart, for some reason, thinks it's hilarious. Brunson will be sitting there and he'll literally just stick his thumb in his ass.
Yeah, this check as well.
See, Harvey?
Dude, I was-
Look it up, man. It's
Yeah, I was-
amazing. Literally just sitting there.
Word.
Brunson's about to grab like a trophy for winning like MVP of like the in-season tournament, and Hart just sticks his finger right in his ass, dude. And it's like he's like, what the fuck, man?
Checking the oil, bro. We used to do that shit all the time when we were in high school. Fucking run up, bop, 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 right there. Just fucking give you a little whoop.
Wow, I did not do that in high school.
Yeah, no, that you saved that for college, Artie. We know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saved it for my adult years.
Oh,
Basketball. Speaking of basketball, we're
we're going in. The tournament starts today, or the conference tournament start today.
Championship week.
These fucking 30 league tournaments need to go. They need like 2 weeks to run these fucking things. They got so many teams in the tournaments.
So, like, I mean, I'm glad you brought that up, right? Because when SC and UCLA kind of got swept up, and I think it was Oregon and Washington too. They kind of get swept up and they get put into the Big Ten. Like, my immediate reaction as somebody who played in the Pac-10 or I mean, for me it was the Pac-10, right? Then it was the Pac-12, and now we're in the Big Ten, and it's just like, what are we talking about? Like, like it hurt my heart. I was like this is a complete thrashing of what college athletics, and we can continue to talk about what's happening in college athletics, right? But like the Pac-10 was, the granddaddy of them all. Like, we were the conference of champions, and now we're, now it's nothing, right? Now it's like Washington State and Oregon State. It's like, man, it's a very far departure from what we all grew up with. And certainly I understand that everything is kind of based about the money and, how do you turn down that Big Ten money? But it's a sad kind of thing to watch sort of these old rivalries, these old leagues, these old conferences just completely be decimated into something that, I mean, we're playing Rutgers in season. Like, number one, nobody gives a fuck about Rutgers. Number two,
Yeah.
you got to fly 6 hours to play Rutgers. What are you talking about? Like, it's different, man. It's different, and I think it's a little sad because, again, all those old sort of things that we all grew up with are just kind of, they're going by the wayside, and I'm not sure if we're all the better for it. Change is the only thing that's inevitable, but to watch this kind of change, you're just like, man, is this really where we're going? I mean, how long until there's just one super conference, right? It's like, what's the next step?
Yeah, the logistics thing that you just brought up too. I mean, it's hard enough on football, but for the kids playing basketball, you got to travel across the country like twice in a week sometimes. Makes no sense. Like, how are they supposed to go to school? And I know school is becoming more and more kind of optional for college athletes. Now it's more just like, couple online classes and stay somewhat eligible, and then move on to the
Yeah, gone by second
next.
semester.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, the only winners of the Pac-10 that is the Pac-12 that is still the Pac-12 is Oregon State and Washington State. I mean, they're
Yeah.
cleaning up with that split revenue share deal.
Yeah, because they still get an equal share. Well, at least for college football, they got equal share splits for the
Wild.
BCS money.
Wild, man. I mean, God bless, I guess,
And they're suing the shit out of all the teams that left. So I know that's going to be a while before they collect on that. But
I like the Pac-12. I mean, I played when it was the Pac-10, and
Yep.
it is kind of a bummer. I mean, and when you go back to one super conference, I mean, the SEC thinks they are one super conference. How about fucking LSU spending $40 million next year?
Oh yeah, I saw that the roster.
It's ice. I mean,
Again, man, like, again, we were all around for everybody got a little something, right? I mean, you had the SMU who got the death penalty, right? And, when you saw guys from whatever, Compton, and they're driving SUVs around campus, you're just like, but you're like, okay, I get it. But what is going on, man? Like, this was not what was intended for college athletics. And I'm the first one to tell you that the NCAA is a straight up criminal organization. But this was not what was intended, man. Like, we're not supposed to have kids making millions. Like, it's just not, I mean, you even got guys who got drafted into the NBA who are now coming back and playing in college. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Like, I mean, you saw it with last year with Indiana, right? God bless them. So glad they won it. It was an awesome sort of run for them. But the average age of that team was like 24.
Yeah.
yeah.
What's happening?
It really is wild, and it is too much money. I mean, these kids, you see it happening at the professional level, or we've seen it happen at the professional level forever, getting that much money at that age, and now you're going to lower that age to 17, 18, 19 years old, and you're going to give them millions of dollars. It's like you're just setting yourself up for. And you don't need a fucking 19-year-old driving a Lamborghini around campus. Like, you're just asking for fucking problems.
I'm telling you, if you had given me a couple $1 million at that age, I'm pretty sure I'd be a drug addict living under a bridge right now. Like, I had no business, no stewardship, like zero. Like, I mean, I would have had every STD in the book, like, just you name them, could have lined them up alphabetical. Like, it's just.
Wait, you would, or you had us every STD?
Hey, this is a family show, man. Come on, Artie, come on.
Yeah, okay.
Come on.
We're not the feds here, bro. we can be real on this show. Well, speaking of basketball, though, like, who's gonna win the tournament?
It's so sad what's happened to the tournament because of, obviously what's happening with this NIL, right? I mean, you've got all these mid-majors and Cinderellas that were so fun to watch, that had like real shots. I mean, we're talking about, you go back, right? George Washington, NC State. I mean, even Gonzaga in the early years before they became a dominant program. But like, we're seeing just chalk. It's again, it's not even the same tournament, right? I mean, I remember being in high school, college, even after that. I mean, the first 4 days of the tournament, I'm not working. Sorry, I'm not working. I mean, ain't nobody doing a fuck all except for junking out. You got wings, you got pizza. You might be at a bar, you might be at your boy's house, but you sure as fuck ain't at work.
Very true. Very true.
I think that it's kind of a weird year because there's so many incredible freshmen this year. I mean, I think they're calling it like the best freshman class in college basketball history. But I mean, you've got Duke, you've got Arizona, you've got Michigan. I think those are probably the top three. But if you said, hey, Houston or Texas Tech or even Kansas, even though they've got that kid who, for whatever reason, decides to play like half games because he's the number one pick, he could be the number one pick. There's probably more teams that believe that they could do it. Even Villanova is probably going to make another run because I mean, incredibly well coached and a really good squad. But there's probably 5, 6 teams that if you said, "Hey, I'm gonna put my money on them," I'd be like, "That's a fair bet." But then you've also got like kind of that second tier team side, like that Iowa State. You've kind of got Michigan State. By the way, has anybody seen that kid from Michigan State just with absolute rocket boosters in his legs, just posterize the entire country? I mean, holy shit! I mean, it's like the next coming of that kid Bridges, but hopefully with less domestic violence.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's wild with all the talent. They've been saying this year's like lottery picks is going to be kind of extended. There's so many. There's obviously the European talent that's coming in too, but there's so many great kids coming out of college. It might be like there might be 10 or 12 picks that are all real instead of the traditional 7 lottery picks. It might go as deep as 12 because of the talent pool this year.
I mean, we say 7, right? But how many times we looking back at the draft and of the top 15, there's like 3 guys, you know? I mean, shit,
Yeah.
I've looked at some drafts where the entire lottery was trash, you know?
Yep.
So,
Yeah.
I mean, these kids coming over from Europe, man, like they're just doing it different. I mean, some of them are coming from war-torn countries, so just by virtue of that, they're significantly tougher than our kids who spend all day getting Ubered to their AAU game, you know? So, no, man, I love the talent coming out of Europe. I love this freshman class. I think Boozer's a monster, but I don't know what he's going to do in the NBA just because he doesn't have that explosive athleticism of like a Zion, even though Zion's like one beignet away from having to be on Ozempic for the rest of his life. I wonder if that guy's really going to be able to do it in the league like he is in college because he's big, he's a good shooter, but he's not fast, you know, and I don't know who he's going to defend, but I mean, for college, great. He's actually having a better year than Cooper Flagg had last year.
Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing like that's sad to me about this everybody being one and done is you lose the like I want to be a fucking champion. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like think about the teams that guys came back for to come back to win and then
Yep.
they did it.
Yep. Yep.
I mean, you just don't have that anymore. And I know a lot of these teams are kind of like because they are these blue chip teams, they're able to just reload the roster and they're going to be back.
Portal too. Like the
Yeah.
portal is the weirdest thing I've ever seen. You've literally got almost 2 free agency periods where kids can go anywhere. They change their mind in 5 minutes. Like, I mean, you know, I think when we were coming up, right, it was the unfortunate part would be when you lose your coach, you kind of lose your role because some other coach would come in, he want to bring his own guys and stuff like that, right? And I think that there should have been an allotment for that. But these kids who are changing their mind every 5 minutes, USC had a kid, Baker Mazzara. Number one, he's 26 years old. Buddy, get the fuck out of here. You should have had a doctorate by now, all right? But number two, he left the team last week, and there's literally no reason why. Nobody knows why. They're just like, yeah, he left. And he left at like halftime. We're like, what is happening? Everybody can just go wherever they want, whenever they want. Like, where's the sense of commitment? Where is the sense of, hey, I'm going to follow through on what I said I was going to do? And I think it's setting up a bad precedent because, I mean, you know, they say hard times make hard men. And, you know, we're all, for the most part, the same age. You know, we're all Gen Xers, man. And, like, these kids, man, I just feel like they're so soft, man. And the first hint of something going wrong, oh, I'm going to take my ball and go home. And it's like, it's a bad precedent, man. And it sets up people with low character.
Yeah, I mean, how hard can you coach a kid if you hurt his feelings and he's packing his bags? Like,
Well, why do whoever made the the board or whoever makes the rules, like why are they like what there's obviously a reason they want the portal, but what is it?
So I think it started, you know, obviously during COVID, right? During COVID, you know, kids kind of missed years and stuff like that. And then, so they were kind of giving them that allotment, but then it was kind of like the bullet had been shot and Jack was out of the box. You couldn't put it back in, but they do need to put it back in. And there's a great interview by John Calipari where he has a pretty good idea about it. He's like, look, You want to go once, you can go once. After that, you gotta either make the appeal to the board and get a waiver, or you gotta sit out the year. Because when we all wanted to go, we all had to sit out a year, and that was a big deterrent. And that kind of made you, hey, I'm gonna stick to my commitment. I'm gonna actually play hard. I'm actually gonna improve my game. And you know what? If I ride the pine because somebody's better than me, then that's what it is. But I'd be receptive to the idea of you get a coaching change, maybe you get that waiver because again, maybe you went to go play for a guy and some guy sat in your room and talked to your mom and talked to you about how he's going to be there and he's committed to you and then he's gone. Well, it should be reciprocal in that way. But aside from that, man, it's crazy to me that we're allowing this amount of just jumping around because it's just
because of COVID. All right, they're not allowing us to have any more PPP loans, so aren't they?
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Rami. I feel like that's the easiest fix, right? Like give guys one get out of jail free card, one golden ticket, whatever you want to call it. Maybe you get an exception if your coach leaves. But other than that, if you bounce a second time, you're sitting out a year. Like there's it is a horrible precedent, and these kids are not getting any kind of like life lessons out of what it means to sign a contract, right? Like, what are you gonna do if you go to the league and your coach hates you, or like you can't just fucking pack up and go play for another team?
But you're seeing that too. I mean, how many of these NBA guys, James Harden, Anthony Street Clothes Davis, they're like, oh, I don't want to be here anymore. I demand a trade.
Yeah.
What the fuck do you mean? You signed a contract for many, many millions of dollars. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? You are under contract, pal. And that's why I respect the NFL kind of a little bit more in that way, because some of these guys say they're going to sit out. They're like, fuck them, let them sit out, right? And you saw it, you saw it with the running back in Pittsburgh, right? He sat out. He was never the same, Yeah. I mean, like, it just like you do that shit in the NFL, you will reap the whirlwind,
Unfortunately, Le'Veon Bell, right?
Yeah, he was my running back the year he sat out.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, I got a fucking bone to pick with that guy. He doesn't have any money though, so
I don't know what it is in the NBA that these owners are so much more lenient and allowing these guys to do that. But I mean, I'm telling you, you work for me, you sign a contract, buddy, you want to get out of it, we're going to court, And I mean, and that's the way it is. Like, I don't know how these guys got so much leverage so that they can kind of just force their will, because I mean, like, again, man, I'm all for player rights. I'm all for players getting paid, even though I feel like they get paid crazy amounts right now. Larry Bird didn't make it his entire career what some of these, like, third string guys are making on a contract. It's wild, and obviously it's TV money and where we are. But man, if it was me, I feel like everybody should be paid merit based in the NBA. NFL, you could die, so you should be guaranteed some money, right? But but these NBA guys, man, I mean, you'll hear half of them, they'll be talking about it. They're like, yo, man, I'm just stealing money. And that's exactly what the fuck they're doing. They're literally load managing, hanging out. I got a hangnail. I can't play. Don't even get me started on street clothes AD, man. Like, there was no better day in my life as a Laker fan is when we got rid of that piece of shit and got Doncic. So, if we could get Doncic to stop drinking beer before games, hopefully, he lose a little weight and, we might be in business. But, now we just get rid of LeBron. I think we'll be all right.
Dude, LeBron. Wow.
LeBron.
Yikes. I mean, I don't see MJ. I don't see Kobe. I don't see any of those conversations with him.
Yeah.
Great athlete, unbelievable, but like just doesn't have the switch. Here's the thing you were talking about, like, hey, the NBA players being accountable and stuff. They also, whoever is teaching them early on needs to teach them how to play fucking defense, because that defense doesn't even exist in the NBA.
Not only no defense, but it's almost like somebody's actively telling them not to box out. I'm like, do you realize how fundamental that is? Do you realize that if I didn't box out, number one, I could get dunked on, which was probably the worst thing that could happen. But secondly, I was going to be on the bench. If my guy got an offensive rebound because I didn't box out, like, what are they doing? Like, I don't understand it. And that's why I'll take the European kids, man, because those boys are tough. They box out. You come across the lane, you could get a bow to the mouth. Like, again, man, there's a complete lack of pride, a complete lack of accountability. Like, I mean, we had standards that if you did not come up to, you were going to be sitting on the pine, and there was no way around it. And I don't get it, man. There's such an overemphasis on offense, man, that like, but you see it in the playoffs. People step up their defense in the playoffs, and those guys that actually lock in. But it erodes the game when you don't take that stuff seriously.
Yeah. On a light note, though, I saw a meme of Patrick Riley. Patrick Riley?
Pat Riley.
Pat Riley. Yeah, Pat Riley. I was like, that sounds weird. Pat Riley and all the fucking amazing suits that dude used to wear.
Oh, man.
Dude, what a stud. I was like, damn, I want to go back to the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, that guy was a fucking stud. Dressed sharp as hell.
Oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, man. Only thing sharp with his suits, man, was his temper, man. I mean, like, dude, don't mess with him. He'll bury you.
Yeah, you couldn't coach like that in the NBA now, bro. These
No
guys
way.
start crying.
That's
Yeah.
right. That's right. That's right.
I mean, it's across the board, though. I think even in the NFL, like I talked about CJ Stroud in that horrible game, the horrible 2 playoff games he had. It's like you look at him and you're like, he looks like he's about to cry. If a coach went and got in his face, I think he would have cried. It's just like these guys are just, everybody's just so soft, like mentally. You can't be coached hard.
Again, I think like I said, it's a bad precedent, right? Because at some point, all these guys, whether, some point that athletic career ends, and whether that's in, college or high school or after the NFL, right? Like, life is fucking hard out there, right? Like, I mean, some of my businesses, we've been on life support, and it requires making extremely hard decisions that have to dictate what is going to happen in your life and the life of everybody around you. And if you're sitting there whining and crying and jumping ship every single time something goes sideways a little bit, like, you're just setting yourself up to be, again, homeless, living under the bridge. And it's just, I just don't get it, man, and I think it's just, it's indicative of, like I said, man, good times make soft men and hard times make hard men. But if you're not even open to the idea of, hey, there's going to be accountability for every single thing I do, there's no way you're going to make it, And I mean, these guys are all lucky because they're making millions upon millions, to do this stuff. But, go out into the rest of the world where people are living paycheck to paycheck, or they're living, to just kind of, get by. You make those bad decisions. That could be the difference between, getting by and, something else much, much worse.
Yeah, for sure.
Speaking of paycheck to paycheck, I don't know why I thought about this, but we're going to Disneyland. Holy fuck, dude. I gotta refi my house to go there.
I was gonna ask, did you take out a loan?
Jesus Christ. What is going on over at the fucking happiest place on earth over there, Rami?
I'm gonna tell you, first of all, like, you've got a lot of weird guys and people who are there without kids. Like, if you were in Disneyland without kids, I'm like, I got questions, man. Like, what are you doing, man? Like, why are you here? Like, why are you wearing Minnie Mouse ears and like what's happening, man? Like, what's happening in your life that's your choice, right? Number two, Artie, like, you made a choice to have a third kid. Like, you better be a billionaire, man. Like, anybody has more than 2 kids, I'm like, are you a billionaire? Like, did you win the lottery? Like I only have so much time, so much money, and it's a lot less since I got 2 kids. But if you got a third kid, you were just like, fuck it. I'm just gonna give it all away. Like, I'm gonna die penniless.
Rami, you know that in my mind, I thought I was going to be a billionaire, and
Yes, that is true.
and that is the narrative. Is now a little. The narrative's changed a little bit, but I've tried. But yes, 3 kids, and when I only had 2 of them this weekend, I'm like, this is easy.
Easy.
Motherfucking all of you guys, I'm like, dude, they have no clue what I'm going through with a third kid. Like, unbelievable. But yes, we're going to Disneyland, and I was like, how? And then, when you go there, everybody's eating fucking six, having 74-ounce fucking Coca-Colas and ding
Nope,
dongs and fucking
nope,
and
nope.
and all that stuff, fried this, fried that,
Churros.
churros, bunny ears, the bubbles that break out that cost $65 and that break
Yep,
after fucking 3 minutes.
yep,
And
yep.
I'm like, this is the biggest bamboozle on the planet. I'm like, it is not the happiest place on earth. Kids are
No,
crying,
it's the
melting down.
unhappiest place on earth for me. Yeah, yeah, no, yeah.
It took me till I was 33 to go there for the first time, and I know I have a little bit of PTSD, but I'm going to try to go with an open mind this time and be like happy. I don't know if that's going to work. Probably
Yeah,
hit Donald
no.
Duck, but
Yeah.
whatever.
Every time my wife suggests that we go to Disneyland, I'm like, you know what? I feel like you can handle this. I'll be here. You just go. You don't let me know how that shit went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Mm-mm.
Uh,
Yeah. By the way, I'm gonna give you a pro tip. You can take food into Disneyland. I literally took a backpack full of shit. I mean, like we ate all day out of that, and like I was like, you get one churro, and that's about it. We ain't going with the turkey leg that you're gonna take one bite out of and throw it on the fucking floor. I'm like, that was fucking $20. But pick that motherfucker up. Like, what are you talking about? Pick that shit up. You ain't going on the fucking teacaps and throwing up the motherfucking churro that I just fucking got you. Fuck you. You ain't going.
Dude, they should do a reenact. Someone should like make like a short movie of like parents going to Disneyland from
Dude,
start to finish,
oh
like
my
getting
God.
on the plane, they're
Oh
licking the
my God.
fucking side rails,
Yeah.
crying, like
That would be the one time I would be fucking happy to miss my flight. I'm like, oh shit, I don't know what to do. Oh, this is unbelievable. This is the one problem I cannot fix. I don't know what to do.
all right, enough about Disneyland. We got World Cup in your backyard. Do you know anything about soccer?
I know a couple things about soccer, but you'll get a kick out of this. Try to guess on the topic, just to kind of follow up on our Disneyland conversation. Try to guess what a ticket is to go to that first game in LA.
Oh, $6,000,
Are you out
right?
of your fucking mind, dude?
Oh, that was a suite. That was a suite. Didn't
No,
it, Zamir?
dude, but there's like tickets going for thousands. And again, man, like this country don't even like soccer, man. And I mean, fuck it, dude. You want a bunch of foreigners want to come and pay that? Great, dude. But by the way, also, I don't know what they're gonna do because half these people they coming in, they're gonna get robbed by people in LA because we got terrible leadership. We got people sleeping under bridges, like I said, man. Like I'm just amazed at what they think is gonna happen. They're gonna come to LA and be like, this is Los Angeles. This is Hollywood. This is a shithole. Oh, you guys fucking abandoned me. I'm over here fucking, I'm the last man standing. You guys are over there living La Vida Loca in Arizona, and I'm over here dodging fucking, junkies and fucking people robbing people. Like, god damn, like, I can't wait to see how this shit goes.
Well, you didn't hold anything back on that one.
Like
Well,
I
shit,
said, man, I'm typically very demure.
this is just a precursor too. Then you guys got the Olympics in fucking 2 years too. That's gonna be a
I
shit
can't
show.
wait, man. I can't wait, man. Like, I mean, I think Trump's literally going to come in with like just an industrial sized broom and just sweep out all the woke people and be like, "No, man, it's normal here. I promise." But uh, I have no idea what it's going to look like. Like it's a straight miracle, man. They've been trying to build this stupid speed train for like, I mean, who knows how long? I mean, we've got one track and whatever 20 billion and like literally one track. It's welcome to the the formerly great state of California.
You go from Fairfax to La Brea on the speed
Yeah,
track.
exactly. Yeah, rob twice along the way.
Uh,
Oh, wow. Well, you guys just had the LA Marathon there. Did you see what happened at the end of the LA Marathon?
Please,
I saw it.
no, you missed it.
Well, now I have a special place because I did a marathon. So
yeah,
now
and
tracking-
actually the same thing happened to you, and that marathon is what happened to that guy.
yeah. Some fucking Karen came up behind me. So this is me assuming, but probably I think it was an Ethiopian that was
Yeah,
leading,
Ethiopian or Kenyan. He was
Kenyan, and the other one like caught him from 100 yards, and literally it was like a photo finish,
photo finish.
and the guy lost that was leading, for the last 100 yards, right?
Yeah, I mean, it might have been more than that. He never did a shoulder turn like the pan back view. It looked like he was, I mean, like it may have even been like 300 yards. He had a massive lead, and this American came tearing.
Oh, was it an American that won?
It's an American guy.
Oh, wow.
Put it into another gear, and like Artie said, it was a photo finish. But the funny thing is, when Artie ran his marathon, at the very end of the marathon, you know, he's smoked. Everybody's smoked. His kids are finishing it with him. This woman comes around the corner and very purposely beats Artie across the finish line.
Yeah, she wanted to be.
She wanted 356th place instead of 357.
Dude, I guess so.
Bro, it was so funny. Obviously like Sarah got a great video of the kids finishing with Artie, but it was just so funny to see this woman be like, I'm gonna beat this fucking guy.
Yeah.
It seems like I had a target on my back, like I told her to fuck off at like mile 22 or something.
Did you?
You know, I probably was. What's that?
Afterwards, did you guys have words? Did you like, yo, wait, why?
Dude,
why?
Bro, no, absolutely not. Like finishing that at mile so I was underprepared to say the least, but I was cruising mile 20. I'm like, dude, fuck, I'm gonna beat four hours. I'm gonna be like 3 hours, 50 minutes. I'm like, and this guy told me when I told him I wanted to beat 4 hours, he looked at me like I was fucking like Satan or something. He was just like, no fucking chance. So in my mind, I'm motherfucking him the whole deal. 20, I'm like, okay, 23. Okay, I'm starting to slow down, but I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, I got plenty of time. Mile 25, they put a hill and with an incline.
Oh no.
That son of a bitch must have looked like Mount Everest to me. I think I could have walked backwards faster than I was running.
Oh yeah.
By the time I got done, I was completely cooked. So I didn't even actually know. I kind of noticed her, but I didn't care. I was just like, I'm so done. I'm so smoked.
Yeah.
But then I was like, you know what? I want to train and do one. And then John Summit, the DJ, he just did it in 3 hours and 30 minutes. And I was like,
bro, I saw Harry Styles did it in under 3 hours.
What?
Harry Styles ran a fucking marathon in under 3 hours. How the fuck do you run a marathon in under 3 hours unless you're a trained maniac runner?
Yeah.
In fairness, like Harry Styles probably weighing in at about like $135. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, come on. Yeah. Like you over 200, you carrying a little something on you, like changes the whole equation.
No, absolutely. I mean, I was just shocked when I heard that he ran a marathon under 3 hours, but 4 hours is an unbelievable time. And like Artie said, he really was on pace. And I think with a little training could probably pretty easily do that.
I think if I trained for 3 months, I could easily get 3 hours and 30 minutes. 3 hours, that's a whole nother level.
Here's the better question, or here's the question I have, right?
Why?
Do you not have enough shit going on in your life that you need to train for a marathon? You
that's
golf, you doing podcasts, you selling diaper bags, you doing real estate. Oh, I'm just gonna go fucking run a marathon and do that shit. Let me just go add some more bullshit to my life.
Yeah, well, I only trained for 10 days, so it wasn't a lot of bullshit. And the most I ran was 10 miles, so this was basically not training. But you're right. I want to go do it, but I need to get rich first. And so if anyone's got any ideas or whatever it is, I'm all game, because I definitely want to do that, and I want to do an Ironman, but I can't do it because I'm like, first of all, who's going to take care of the kids and all the other shit?
Yeah.
So I'm actually thinking logically right now. I'm clear.
Okay. Oh, for a rare occasion.
Yeah. Overtake me.
Yeah.
Rami, I want to go back to basketball real quick. Miami of Ohio, what are they, 31 or 32-0?
They're undefeated. Whatever it is, they're undefeated. Okay. They won their last game. Oh, this is great, by the way. So did you see what happened at the end of their last game?
Well, I saw that it was in overtime, and the other team had a shot to try to win it and missed.
So it's like their heated rival They win the game, right? They finish the season undefeated, which is kind of weird because they're saying that if they don't win their conference championship, there's a chance that they don't make it in, which I think is probably ridiculous. Yeah. I mean, like, again, their strength of schedule isn't great, but I mean, you finish that season undefeated, like you should, you should punch your ticket, right?
100%.
But they finished the game, right? And it's at their rival's house, and they are straight motherfucking the entire crowd. I mean, like, they're looking at him, they're identifying people in the crowd, giving the finger. I mean, it's awesome. I mean, it harkens back to like real rivalries where people aren't patting each other on the ass and, giving high fives, saying what we doing later. Like, I mean, it's true hatred, which I enjoy. Like, I've been hating since '08 and I ain't stopping now,
Shit could have gone sideways real quick for him. The crowd jumped fucking barriers.
Yep.
Been playing the next game with a black eye.
The cool thing about some of these mid majors, right, is that they actually get some of these kids who are going to stay for a while, which, is kind of like that Indiana model where now you've got these kids that are 22, 23, because as good as these kids are at 18 or 19, they're still 18 or 19. We all remember being 18 or 19. Like, the idea of me being able to focus, the entire game without, thinking about, oh man, that chick's hot, I'm gonna need to try and talk to her later, or a fly going by, I'm like, something like that. I mean, 22, 23, you've been through it a little bit, the drill. So, like, I mean, and you got a little bit more of that man strength, right? Like, I mean, like, you're just big difference, man. I mean, I got into school 18, I was like 215 at 6'7". By the time I was a senior, now I'm like 235, and again, I can hold my own. Yeah, exactly. Rocks out. Exactly. Yeah. So that's the advantage of some of these mid majors, is that they've got the kids that have been there a little longer. They're probably not going to the league, so they're bigger, they're stronger, they've been there, and they've been in the system, and they're cohesive, right? Like, look at this Kansas team, right? This kid that Peterson, who's supposed to be the number one pick of the draft, possibly. I mean, number one, he's missed half the games. Number two, if you look at the games that he's actually played, they're worse, because he just brings this entire different element that, as good as he is, it throws off the entire chemistry of the team, and they just don't know how to play with it because he hasn't played, So, also kind of weird that he's subbing himself out. Like, I mean, I can't think of 3 times in my entire career that I ever subbed myself out. Like, unless my leg was broken, I was not subbing myself out. It just never happened. Like, I want to play.
Yeah, I don't understand the not wanting to play thing. Like,
it's wild.
You score 24 points in the first half. Like, fuck, I want to score 46. Like, let's
I want to be on Sports Center, man.
Yeah.
Like, let's do it.
It's so weird. In high school football, my senior year, I played every play of the game. I never came out. Like, kickoff, return. Like, I always and to see these kids that are it's just different. I mean, I don't know.
Strange, man. It's just strange, man.
Are there any mid majors that could be on the radar to? I'm not saying win it, because I think we all kind of agree it's probably going to be a blue blood thing. But
I'm trying to think, man. So as we've said, right, with all the portal stuff and kind of losing guys, that I think it's not going to be the mid majors, but it's going to be like if you look at the Big 12, man, like, they've got 3-4 teams that you're like, wow, obviously the SEC's got, probably 7 teams. The ACC's probably, or the SEC and the Big 10, they're going to get in a lot. But, the Purdue's, the Wisconsins, the Texas Techs, the Houston's actually been pretty good all season. It's just weird to think of Houston as like a really a top tier team, because, it's University of Houston. Unless we're talking about Phi Slama Jama, they just really haven't been in it since then. But yeah, man, I'm trying to think of some good, mid. None are coming to mind, because that top 2 tiers are so dominant right now this year. Like, even Miami or Ohio, man, like they've been dominant, 31-0. Hard to imagine them getting past like a Sweet 16.
Right. Like, so like a team like Iowa State, or a team like you said, Texas Tech, some of these other teams, Wisconsin. I'm trying to think from the SEC who's like
Florida. Florida could make another run.
Yeah.
I mean, like, dude, they've been playing as good as anybody down the stretch. I mean, they started off, I think they were a little like I want to say they started off like 5-4, but in this past month of the season, I mean, they've been monsters, man. I mean, arguably the best team in college football. I mean, college basketball right now. You know, it'd be a funny year without, you know, seeing Kentucky, but they've been kind of middle of the road. You know, anytime you got a team like that's got a great coach like Cal, you know, at Arkansas, they could win a couple games. But it's going to be tough to beat those really upper echelon teams this year because they've been so dominant. Like you look at Michigan, like their front line is something like 6'10", 6'10", 6'9". I mean, they are huge across the line, you know, and then that's why they've been so good, right? Is because they're huge and they're talented on in the backcourt too, you know. Duke has been great, you know, and this Arizona team is so deep. Like we saw them beat UCLA, and UCLA has been pretty good this season. Like they're kind of right there on the bubble, but it's a good UCLA team, man. And I mean, like, you know, they beat them pretty solid. So. You know, it's like the teams at the top this year are just they like there's years you look and you're like, man, it's anybody's or it could be anyone, but like, man, it's going to be hard for me to imagine it's not going to be one of those three: Michigan, Duke, or Arizona.
So our Final Four is probably going to be 1s and 2 seeds, most likely.
Chalky.
Yeah.
Very chalky.
So from a gambling perspective, because now it makes more sense your POV on these Cinderella teams, or just with the new rules that they just don't have the actual athletes to go through, and that makes sense why I lost so much money last March Madness. So are you telling me on camera to bet favorites and the spreads then?
No comment.
I need some help. Either that or, you know, I need to have like
why aren't you just following Ryan Money Magram, who's been on a tear?
Mr.
Like,
fucking over. I did follow him. That's how I got fucking buried in the ditch.
No, buddy. I've listened to this podcast since its inception, and every time this guy says bet the over, you're like, oh, I like something else. And surprise, surprise, Money Magram, printing money, you 3-year fucking slide. Like,
Okay,
I mean,
so okay, hold on a second.
Okay.
For the record,
yeah.
Money Magram's overs. Okay, I'm gonna say they're hitting at 40%. You can say 60, 70. That's not the problem. It's the fucking 18 parlay of fucking, you know, this high school player scoring a touchdown, you know, Arkansas, Pine Tech, whatever. Like it's all the other shit that goes with it. So yeah, he could, you know, I could tell you who's gonna, you know, Duke's gonna cover tonight too. Don't know who they're playing, but they're gonna cover, right?
Yeah.
So what all right, so enlighten us. Give us like a piece of advice from gambling, like any piece of advice. Like,
Yeah. I believe that I opened this with that I have all the information and I am fucking horrible. So, anytime, you know, I think you and I are similar, that when we see those really weird lines, we're like, that's a really weird line.
Yeah.
And you want to go the other way on it. You know, I think we've always said, you know, when you see the public on something just in a just outrageously outbalanced way, go opposite, right? I love betting a dog at home. I mean, or anywhere near home, just because, you know, I road favorites. I don't like it. But yeah, man, I think Bill, I think you get to March, right? And the two things I weigh heaviest in March: coaching, backcourt play. Because the backcourt guys got to get the ball to the bigs. You can neutralize the bigs if the guards are going to play like shit. So as much as we all want to really believe in you know, the centers, and I mean, that's a very sort of outdated thought, right? What we've seen is guard play, because the 3-pointer is so big, you know, and if those guys are bringing it up, and those are the guys, man, that they can kind of score length of the floor, bring it all the way coast to coast, you know. I mean, like, your bigs, we love them. We want them to get all the rebounds. We want them to guard the bucket and block all the shots. But guard play and coaches, man. I'll always take Izzo. I'll always, you know, I think we're all a little frightened right now that John Shire's the second coming of Krzyzewski, because if we all have to watch another 30 years of fucking Duke basketball winning, I mean, we're all just going to fucking puke into our hats, you know? But, you know, again, coaching and guard play.
All right. So before we check out here, give us your most memorable gambling win and your most memorable gambling loss.
So for the losses, we could probably spend another 3 hours, because everybody only remembers the losses, right? I mean, holy shit. I mean, I feel like it's a topic that you guys have covered, you know, a lot, but nothing in the history of the world was worse than Atlanta 28-3, because you lost the game, you lost the over, New England covered, you lost. I mean, it was all bad. I mean, it was all bad on every level. I mean, it's just so disgusting. I mean, because of course I fucking double up at halftime, because I'm like, oh man, they look great. I mean, dude, how could this go any other way, right? Just so bad. The Seattle not giving it to beast mode in that fucking Super Bowl.
I was standing right next to you in Las Vegas.
We're there, dude. I mean, literally, we're there. I mean, Vegas, raging, everybody having fun. Me drowning a bottle of fucking Jack Daniels in my room and just not talking to anybody. Be like, don't talk to me.
Home.
Just so gross.
I went home.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, what are you gonna do? I'm not gonna have fucking fun. What are you talking about?
Like home to LA, not even like stay the night.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's leave on a positive. What was a really good one?
A really good one was Denver over Carolina. That one was good. That one was great, actually. That one was shockingly good. I mean, I think that was the year that Cam won the MVP, right? So everybody was like, oh man. And then I think the line opened at like 6.5. But by the time Super Bowl kicked off, I think it had gone down to 4.5, because again, you're dealing with Cam, the fucking scam. I don't believe in you, buddy. And then, you know, then I think Denver was, you know, we had Peyton, you know, and that one ended up being a pretty good one.
I was at that one.
Of course you were.
I was at that Super Bowl.
That Denver defense was unbelievable.
Yeah. That was a fun one. Yep. Yeah. I feel like, dude, I will forever ever hate. What's the point guard for the Fab Five? He's on TV all the time.
Jalen Rose.
Jalen Rose, man. One of my first bets as like a sort of a novice gambler was betting on Philly to win a game, and I can't even remember who they were playing, right? He misses a layup with like 0.1 or like a 1 second left. I lose the game by the hook. I've never forgiven him. Never. I will never forgive him. It was like one of my first bets, and I was like, oh, you're pumped up. You think you're gonna win. You think you're gonna win right there. You're literally running up to the fucking cage to cash your ticket, and this cocksucker misses the layup, and just like, I guess that's the way it's gonna be.
You bury that deep down in your subconscious.
Yeah. I love it when people ask me, "Who's your team?" And the response is, "I fucking hate everybody, because all these cocksuckers have cost me money."
Yeah. You got to be careful how you frame it too. You frame that response too. But I know that feeling. It's almost asking, like when people ask me what I do for a living. Well,
you're a Renaissance man.
Do you have 2 hours?
Yeah.
Well, this has been fun, Rami. I hope that this is one of many times that we will be blessed with the Pharaoh on our Desert Donkeys podcast.
Yeah, thank you for joining us, Rami. We may need to have you back in here before the end of the tournament if shit starts going sideways.
Say when, boys. I'm at your disposal, man, because, you know, nobody loses bigger than the Pharaoh.
I just want you to know you look really good in that hat.
Well, I'll part with this one last story, right? My dad was one of the funniest guys you'll ever meet, right? And, you know, we're Egyptian, as, you know, you should be able to figure out from me being the Pharaoh, but people were always asking him when he moved here about the camels of Egypt, right? And he would literally look them dead in the eye and be like, "We got all our camels from Arizona. Arizona is the native land of the camel. We imported the camel from Arizona." So for me to have you guys, the Desert Donkeys, have the Golden Camel as your mascot, as your logo, it's a special thing to me, man. So I'm with you for life. The Golden Camel from Arizona. I'm here. I'm here for it.
We love you, Rami.
We love you,
Yep.
Rami.
Thank you.
guys.
Thank you.
Talk
All right,
soon.
guys. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next week with hopefully some winners.
Yeah, good luck. All right, bye guys.
Feeling good, got my game face on. Ready to roll the dice, then the night's good. Yo, I wanna place my best. Got my friends by my side. This is one big thing, and the feeling the ride.
Yeah, stand hard. It's the Rocky Night. Bring something strong. Everything you got. Yeah.